Hey, Sack Guy here. Today I got kind of something different. I did a Kickstarter back in March time frame, and it was for the KNAFS Lander 5. And I just got it yesterday, the 10th of November 2025. The reason it took so long, normally it doesn't take that long when you do Kickstarters, is that we had the terraforms and everything, and this was being made over in China, and so they had to kind of work through all that, and then they had problems with the manufacturing. So finally got it yesterday, and I've been playing with it since then, cutting up paper, whittling on sticks, just to see how it works, and I find it very comfortable knife to use. Now the package when I got it had two boxes, well, it had 3 boxes in it. 2 of them were for the Lander 5. I also got a Lander 6, and I'll show that in just a few minutes. This is the box that it came in, just plain brown paper box with KNAFS logo, then their website and where they're at in Utah, and then a little rhyme on the back here about the knife and the project. Then on the other side it says yeah, and then your barcode, and at the other end is that thing from California, says everything gives you cancer. And then I had inside, oh yep, gotta get that out. Inside had this paper, and we'll go over that in just a second. Something else that came with it was this in the envelope, and it's just a little note from Ben and Athena, his wife, Preston, about the project, and they always put in a little note each time after a project to thank people for supporting them. And then also, well, I'll get to the paper here in just a moment. Because they had reached a certain goal and people sponsoring the project, they have this little brass, I call it a challenge coin, can go on your key ring or whatever, but it says KNAFS 2025 Lander 5 Kickstarter backer on it, and then on the other side it says KNAFS. And I just thought that was a cool little thing to get, and I was glad to see that they got reached a certain goal. They also put in a sticker, and I like stickers, so I thought that was really cool. And they had a mint, so I'll be having that later. And then this came in the box itself. First top part says big footprint, and they're talking about the moon landing with Apollo 11, and then they talk about some knife maintenance, and then how to keep it clean, to sharpen it, and so on. And then on the back it's got a breakdown of the knife, and I just thought that was really cool. And then the specs are all over here. I'll be going over them in a moment. And then it's got the limited lifetime warranty, and just thought that was pretty cool to include in with it, especially the breakdown. I just thought that was, you normally don't get something like that. So now, like I said, I got 2 of these. One is in the silver metal color, and then stonewash, and then this one is the black stonewash. reason I got two is I was already thinking about Christmas at that time, and I was going, this would make a cool gift for my buddy. Now, he's not on YouTube, doesn't watch YouTube, so he won't see this. It'll still be a surprise for him come Christmas time. So, go over the specs on the Lander 5. Like I said, this is black stone wash. Closed, it is 3.3 inches, and that comes out to 83 millimeters. The blade is 2.1 inches, and that's 55 millimeters. Open, it's 5.5 inches, and that's 138 millimeters. The weight is 2.7 ounces, and that's 88 grams. It has got a flat grind with a 20-degree bevel on it. One of the things I like about this, it's got this cutout section here to where your whole hand, or my whole hand, my hand's 3.5 inches. It's about average size, I would think. But for me, I can get a whole hand grip on it and use it to cut whatever. Like I said, I've been playing with it, and it's still holding a pretty decent edge. It's still sharp. Goes through paper like it's not even there. To me, anyway, it seems that way. And it's all the edges on it are smooth and rounded. Nothing's digging into your hand when you're using it. Like I said, I've been carving on wood just to see how comfortable it is in hand. I've got some basswood here, and make some pretty nice little curls there. So they make a nice little knife to kind of prep for the fire. And just a really handy little knife. It does feel a little bit heavier to me than 2.7 ounces, but I think that's just because it's a small package and all the weight's in almost one spot. So like I said, it feels a little bit heavier than that to me, but it is a very handy knife. Got the pocket clip. The steel on the blade is 8CR 14 MOV, and I don't understand all the steels. I know there's probably some people out there are going to be steel snobs and it's blah blah blah, but it's sharp, and I would think fairly easy to resharpen. It's got a little square thumb hole in it. This is their first time at doing a knife with a thumb hole in it, so it opens up a lot easier now than it did yesterday when I first got it. But I've opened and closed it, I don't know how many times. It's been quite a few. Kind of like a fidget toy almost to me. It's a frame lock. It's got a nice lockup on it. Very sturdy, no wiggle either way, up or down. So I like it. I might be buying a few more KNAFS products now after experiencing this. Now the small screws are all T6s, and the pivot screw is a T8. With this, I also got, as an add-on, a Lander 6. It's got the little key ring on it, and when I saw it, I was thinking this is a slip joint. As it turns out, it is not. It's a lockback. It's got a rear locking. You can barely see the divot, and then just push it in. And this is just kind of cool little knife. I believe the blade steel is the same as the Lander 5. Not sure. Can't find anything around. But just something to carry in your fifth pocket of your jeans, or on your car keys, or just in your regular pocket to carry to work, to use for a knife. You pull this out to cut anything. People aren't going to get overexcited about it. And it cuts through the paper very nicely. And that paper's a little thick, so I don't think that's that hard to cut through, but we can use some thinner paper. This is receipt paper, and see if I can get this to see how well it cuts through it. Even the finer paper, it can cut through very easily. So it is a pretty sharp blade on it. I believe the handle's made out of G10. It's got stainless steel screws and a stainless steel pin. Just a handy little knife. Nice little backup knife to carry, to do detail work with. So if you have any questions or comments about the Lander 5 or the Lander 6, please leave them below. And remember, always be prepared.